Good morning and welcome back to my channel. This is my October monthly reset. I go over my monthly goals from the previous month and then set new goals for this month, as well as do a reflection and share with you some of my lifestyle and content favorites. And if you've been wanting to do a reset yourself, I have a monthly reset guide for you that you can download so you can follow along every month as we do these monthly resets. So I'm gonna link that down below. If you are new here, my name is Monica Denias and I am a Dallas-based therapist and mindset coach. Let's just get into the video. So Wilson decided to join us today, so we are just gonna have him there in the background chilling, but we have our coffee here and we're gonna go ahead and look at our monthly goals. Put the goals for September right here and just check them off as I am reading them to you. I use the Progress Not Perfection notebook by Lavender, and it's just like a bullet journal and I really love it. And so I do categorize my goals in 4 categories: personal, business, financial, and health and wellness. You can add your own categories, but these are the ones that work best for me. And in my guide, I do give you some space to write additional categories for yourself if you're looking to add a category that I might not have mentioned. Personal for September, one of the goals was to say yes to something that scares me. I feel like I did do a lot of things that scared me, from trying new foods, from even just reading and watching a show that scared me, and also being consistent with my fitness journey. That scares me a lot because in the past I haven't been consistent and it scares me to fail at it, but I'm approaching it really not in a very black and white way. More so I'm really focusing on what my body can do and what my body feels like it that day. And then on the days where I don't have motivation, I just tell myself, like, how would I feel at the end of the day if I don't get this done? Will I feel shitty about myself? If I do show up, I don't have to show up. If I set up a goal to show up 30 minutes on that workout, maybe I can just show up for 10. And that's how I'm approaching it. So yes, we did show up and did something that scares us. And then the next one is spend intentional time with my husband. We did spend a lot of intentional time this month and I'm really grateful for it. I think it made us reach a lot of our relationship goals that we want to reach, just spending time together. And so one of the things that we did, and I'll mention it in my monthly favorites as well, is these relationship cards where you can ask each other questions, some deep thought out questions. Try a new coffee shop. I attempted to try a new coffee shop. It was called Staycation, but it was so packed. So instead of trying a new coffee shop, I tried an old coffee shop that I've gone before called Native Coffee. But I hadn't been there in 3 years. So it was nice to kind of try something that you've already tried before, but it's kind of new for this year. So I'm gonna give myself that because I did go to Staycation. It was just too packed for us to even get a cup of coffee. Okay, so for business, 2,000 subscribers on YouTube. Let's go ahead and check how many subscribers we have now. So for the month of September, we have 1,536 subscribers. So that is really good. I'm really proud of myself as always. Like, I didn't even think that I would get that many at this point of the year. So I'm really grateful for it. We are so close to getting monetized. Like, they're about like just almost 500 watch hours, and watch hours are usually the hardest to get, so I'm really proud of myself. But as far as 2,000 subscribers on YouTube, we did not meet that goal, and I think we're gonna make it more realistic next time because I don't think you know, I feel like with certain months you grow, you have, you know, some months where you don't do so well. So yeah. The next goal is to record 3 to 4 YouTube videos. I did record 3 videos. Well, I think with this one it'll be 4. So yeah, so we did do that, which I'm really proud of myself. YouTube is not my full-time job. I'm a therapist full-time. I own my own practice, and so that takes most of my time, and I wanted to make sure that YouTube is something that, yes, I do prioritize, but at the end of the day, I get most of my income from my job. I hope that, you know, YouTube becomes a additional form of income, and we've already made income from the YouTube channel, so I'm really proud of that too, but it is not necessarily like, my clients always come first from my YouTube, you know, recording YouTube videos, and so for me, that's why I use Sustainably. I usually do pre-record 2 videos and then do this one, this October reset. Okay, the next one is continue staying on budget for clothing category. I did go about like $3 over my budget, which is not as bad as it used to be. So I'm not gonna give myself that because I did go over. But yeah, I feel like I have really done really well with this goal about just sticking into my budget. And then for health and wellness, social media free Sundays. We did have social media free Sundays, which I'm really proud of. Sometimes I would just get tired of being on Instagram and TikTok. To be honest, I'm kind of still in mostly Instagram. I'm just like not as, you know, engaged with the app, but I do love TikTok. But now I don't feel like I have the habit of scrolling for so long. I think it's a lot easier to not scroll because I have so many other things that I'm prioritizing. Health and wellness goal is work out 3 to 4 times a week, except during period week, and we met that goal. And then for period week, I ended up doing 1 to 2 walks that week, and I felt so great. It felt really great to just go for a walk and just have some movement in. So instead of not working out at all, what I'm thinking for next month is to just have 1 to 2 walks. So, and then the next one is wear my Apple Watch Monday through Friday, or at least during workout days, and we sure did. Which reminds me, I need to go get my Apple Watch. And now I want to do my monthly reflection. These are a couple of questions that just ground me, that allow me to just see how this month went, so that I can set some realistic goals for October. So let's go do this monthly reflection. Okay, so I have my laptop and I've just answered all of my monthly reflection questions, and I love to share just some of my answers. If you are just curious of, you know, how do you reflect? How do you allow yourself some time, think about the things, and being really honest with yourself. I feel like reflection can be a hard thing for a lot of people because we're not being honest with ourselves. So I hope that you learn from me just sharing a couple of questions. I'll be answering through reflection questions because I have noticed that people have skipped this part of the video a lot. So if you comment down below if you really do like these like long in-depth reflection periods, or if you just like me to like speed it up, and I'll stick to 3. So I'm gonna stick to 3. One of them is, how did I feel overall this month? And I put here that I felt this month was my best month yet when it comes to workouts and prioritizing myself. Like, when I tell you this month was amazing, like my mood was just so much improved, and that is just a big testament to the consistency that I've been doing, and just the discipline of showing up for myself. I even reached out to a friend to ask for accountability, because I really didn't know any of my, like, the people that I surround myself that were in a fitness journey, and these are just things that I feel like are helpful for me. When I just immerse myself in these things, it helps me reach the goal that I want. So yeah, overall it felt really great. And prioritizing myself, I went to therapy this month, and I just really enjoyed the conversations that I had with my therapist. We were talking about body positivity versus body neutrality, because currently I'm not there where I want to be completely body positive, at least in my journey. But body neutrality is definitely something that is my goal. Just not, hating my body, not loving my body, just in between. It really just focusing on the things that my body can do for me. I was reading this article, and I'll link it down below, of like, am I not being body positive if I want to lose weight? Because for me, I think, and I was talking to my therapist about this, for me, there's so much more pressure, at least I feel as a therapist, to be body positive. And so I was having like this very hard you know, time with it, because I was just thinking, man, if I'm not this, and am I not being a advocate for body positivity? And that wasn't the case. It was more so my own feelings towards my body, and I'm able to separate that from, you know, how I am and how I show up as a therapist. The next question is, did I make rest a priority this month? So yes, I did prioritize rest this month. I took a trip to visit family. I went to go see Pitbull with my sister. It was so much fun. I feel like as my sister gets older, we're able to connect more, and as much, you know, because we have this like huge age gap. So I'm really excited to continue like doing things with her. She's a senior now, so I'm excited for her to go to college, and it was just so cool. And I just felt really great with resting. Like, I was taking days off. I was not really prioritizing being on social media, and if I did, I would get tired after just 15 minutes of scrolling, because it wasn't really anything that I was looking forward to or watching it. Honestly, I don't know what's up with my For You page. I think it's because I delete the app for a couple of days and then come back. My For You page is just trying to figure out what I enjoy, and it's just spitting out a bunch of videos that have like nothing to do with anything that I enjoy. So there's that. But the question is, did I make progress on the goal I chose to focus on this month? I did make progress on all the goals I set up this month. Health and wellness being the goal that did the best, as well as the intentional time with my husband. I feel like we had just amazing intimacy this month, and so I'm really proud of that. I'm really proud of the progress when it comes to just building a just better relationship. Those were all the reflection questions, and now we're going to set some goals for the month of October. So I'm going to put the goals for October right here so you can follow along. Okay, so for personal, I want to try a new restaurant. There's just so many good restaurants in Dallas right now, and I need to pick one and try it out. I want to spend intentional time with friends, and I'm so excited because in October I'm going to a conference and friends are going to stay with me, and so I'm just so excited to see them and host them and just have a good time. So I'm excited about that. And then try a new recipe. I'm constantly trying to get myself out of my comfort zone, so trying a new recipe. I'm hoping to find something either like air fryer recipe or a crock pot recipe. I love easy things. If you just have a go-to easy meal that you love in the air fryer or the crock pot, let me know. And then for business, I want to reach 1,750 subscribers on YouTube. I know this month was really slow, so I'm hoping that this month is a little different. I'm actually posting every week of the month of October, so there'll be a video every week on Thursdays at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. So make sure that you hit the notification button and you subscribe to the channel so that you won't miss out on all of those new videos. And then another goal is to record 3 videos. So I typically just record 2 videos a month, pre-record, and then have this one. So I want to do 3 videos plus my monthly reset. And so I'm excited for that. So as I can continue to build, I'm getting just a lot better at editing and editing quicker. So I'm excited to amp up, you know, just shooting more videos. And I put here get monetized on YouTube. I have no control over that, but because I'm only like 500 watch hours away, it could be possible. Financial, I have no financial goals for October. I have no financial goals for the month of October. November and December will be a different story because with holidays coming up, so I'll probably do some goals then. But for October, there's no financial goals. There's literally just sticking to the budget that we have, and that's gonna work for us. And then health and wellness, workout 4 times a week. I have been very consistent with working out 4 times a week, so that's the goal that I'm gonna continue. And then go for a walk 1 to 2 times a week, like I said, during my period week. That's what I want to do, but also on the days that I don't work out, just get some movement, because I was looking at my average amount of steps per day, and I only do like 2,000 to 3,000 steps. And I'm just like, well, because I have a very sedentary job. I'm always like sitting down, and the only time that I'll walk is when I'm have my in-person client. I'll walk to go get them from the lobby. But other than that, like I don't really walk. I mean, and then Adam usually walks Wilson or like takes Wilson out. So I need to either take Wilson out more to get some more steps in. And then I want to do posture exercises 1 to 2 times a week. My posture has just been terrible. I used to focus on my posture, and then workouts kind of came in. And even though during my workouts, I do focus on form and posture and all that, I do want specific exercises that are quick to just target those particular muscles. So doing posture exercises 1 to 2 times a week, and then increase my daily steps. Like I said, your girl's only getting 3,000 on an average, and I want to do at least 5,000, 6,000. Eventually we're gonna go to 10,000, but that's just not realistic right now, so we're not going there. But those are all the goals for October. I hope you got some inspiration from that. Okay, so here are all of my favorites for the month of September, and I wrote them down on my phone. So let's go ahead and start with just lifestyle favorites. So one of my favorites for the month, and I mentioned this in my previous one, is Hio, because I'm limiting alcohol. And I don't feel like I'm limiting. I'm not saying I'm limiting. I prefer to not drink alcohol, and this is a great alternative to alcohol. It's a non-alcoholic seltzer. I really enjoy the watermelon and lime flavor, and I'll link it down below. One of my favorites is the Semaine PMS and period support. This, as you can see right here. This really helped with overall mood for the month of September. I just ordered a new one as well. But these just have some just natural supplements all combined to help you during your period. I am not a doctor, disclaimer, so please make sure that any dietary supplement, any supplement at all that you do take, that you talk to your doctor about before taking it. Lifestyle favorite that I mentioned about that really helped with intentional time with my husband is called the And Couples Edition. So I'll show you right here. These cards are just really great for when you're at a restaurant and you want to just have deeper conversations. So I am a Flamin' Hots girl, but Flamin' Hots don't always make my tummy feel that great. So I found an alternative that has helped me when I have that craving. So Quest Chile and Lime flavor. These are so good if you like Flamin' Hot Cheetos with lime, or you like Takis. Like, I feel like this is such a great alternative. And those are all my lifestyle favorites. So now for content favorites that I just consumed and loved. I loved re-listening to the Hustle Sanely podcast. I had taken a pause from just personal development podcast for a minute. And so Hustle Sanely podcast is one of my favorites. I love Jess, and I love her planners. I love her journals. I actually just bought her journal. So as soon as I'm done with my wellness journal, I can't wait to start with hers. And then a book that I love this month that I consumed is I'm Glad My Mother Died. I really enjoyed this book. I feel like Jeanette really was able to share her story in such a concise way. I loved how she talked about her time and her recovery with therapy. I really enjoyed the book. The next book that I really enjoyed is called The Emotional Entrepreneur. I really recommend this to every entrepreneur. I think that they were able to talk about some topics when it comes to entrepreneurship that nobody really likes talking about, the emotional side of being an entrepreneur, and how hard it is to break some of those mindset things. There was a quote in the book that said, self-development, entrepreneurship is going to be your biggest self-development journey. And I do believe that. I do believe that with entrepreneurship, you are going to find a lot of things about yourself that you realize you haven't worked on that are affecting you, how you show up in your business. That is why I became a therapist for entrepreneurs and ambitious women. So if you're a side hustler, entrepreneur, I think this is a really good book for you too. The last thing that I loved as far as content was two Netflix shows or two things on Netflix. One is How to Build a Sex Room. We are still watching it, but it's been a really just like educational show. It really allowed me to get out of my comfort zone for sure. So I really recommend that if you're looking to just explore different things related to intimacy, just see what other couples do and what other couples want to explore. I think it's such a great show. Then the other thing on Netflix that I loved and I watched it twice is Do Revenge. Really love a good teen comedy, really good watch. So if you are in a place where you just want to like binge a movie or binge a show, definitely recommend those two. If you want to do this every month, I have a monthly reset guide for you where I take you through my process of how to do a monthly reset, as well as a bonus that I didn't mention in this video. So make sure that you download the guide, and I hope to see you in my next video.